Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jones Lukose here from WealthFestAfrica, the place where Africans come to connect, to innovate, and to trade. And today we are honored, very much honored to have none other than Bibi Apampa. Wow, welcome Bibi to WealthFest
Thank
Africa.
you. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. Now, Bibi is a lady of immense accomplishment. Let me just tell you a little bit about what she has accomplished. Now, Bibi is a #1 Amazon best-selling author. She's a top inspirational speaker, thought leader, and high performance coach. She is the director of the Empowerment Center Limited, international coordinator of the Queen Makers Organization, and the CEO of Wealth Academy Africa. Really a chartered accountant and internationally sought after best-selling author and a personal transformation guru. We call her a personal transformation guru. Her book, How to Make Maximum Impact in Life, really hit the #1 on Amazon.com and Amazon UK on the day it was released. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So she is a lady that has walked the talk. Really, and we are excited, Bibi, to have you on WealthFest Africa. We know that you have a story to tell and it's gonna be inspirational. Welcome, Bibi, to.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tell us something a little bit about your journey and about yourself up to where you are today.
Well, I'm a lady that feels or grew up with the feeling that nothing was impossible and you can have it all. Maybe not all at the same time, but when you set your mind on something, you can have it all. For a number of years, I was like a trailing spouse. My husband was on transfer to different countries. And that's what started my journey to business. Because as an expatriate wife, I was not allowed to work. So I had to learn what to do online and how to grow a business from home. And so I've gone through the different phases of starting a business, of business failure, of not even knowing what to do, really being down or like almost having no money in the bank because of a business failure and everything that went around. But I found that through it all, it was like all lessons that got a transformation in my life. And that was why I wrote that book, How to Make Maximum Impact in Life. Because no matter the level you're in, there's always something you can do to bounce back, especially as a woman. And especially as an African woman, because as an African woman, many times we'll feel like it's the men that take the center stage and we just have to take the background. But I've learned growing up and over the years that yes, you can have it all, your career, your business, your marriage, a happy home, happy family, well, prosperous business, and still maintain everything in a balance. So that's been my story, sincerely.
Wow, 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 fantastic. Well, it looks easy, isn't it? But I'm sure it's not easy.
No.
There are some things that you have gone through. There are some lessons that you have gone through that others that are following, other Africans may be really, really glad to hear. What are some of those really interesting things that you came across and said, aha, I really need to wake up. I really need to do something about this, about my life, about my business and my career?
Well, growing up, I'd always been like an early achiever. So by the time I was 22, I was already a chartered accountant. So I got married, had a good job, and that was when my husband now had to go on expatriation. And on expatriation, you're not allowed to work as the wife. So here I was coming in from a high position, chartered accountant, a manager in the bank, now just sitting at home, waiting for my husband to come home and having nothing to do. And it was a big transformation for me because I'd always been used to waking up early, getting to work, getting everybody ready. So that was when I was like a wake up call that look, you cannot just sit at home. What can you do? So that's when I did a lot of training courses that could make me stand on my own, even as an expatriate wife in a different country, in a foreign country. That's when I went in for the coaching academy to learn about coaching, what it was to coach people, and especially then specializing in business coach. And then apart from being a business coach, I had to dig deeper into retirement planning, being a retirement wealth coach, transformational leadership. Because I found that was my, should I say, area of strength that I found easy to move on. And along the line, we had a business in the UK that failed. And that got me into a lot of debt. And I knew what it was to wake up in the morning, a postman drop a mail, and you're too scared to open the mail because you know it's another request for more, payment for your loan and things like that. So in all of these, I learned what it is to start a business, to grow a business, for the business to fail, to be completely down, and then to rise up again. So in a way, that's why when I do my business coaching, high performance business coaching, I try to tell people that I've gone through all the stages so I can understand it when you are completely down, especially
Mm,
during these pandemic that we're going through. So many people reached out to me because all of a sudden the security was no longer there. What they
mm,
had built up over the years, everything was like just coming down. And so many times you just had to like reposition yourself in business, and now everybody is online. So now all the things I've been preaching over the years about going online, having an online presence, going international and global with your business, now everything is like coming to reality. And so that had put me in a very advantageous position because it was an area that I've been strong in the last few years. Yeah.
mhm. Wow, exciting. Now, going back to the point where you went, you had to incur a lot of debt. And I think, isn't that the point where it reflected directly on you that, hey, something has to change drastically in my life for me to reach where I want to go? Now, what steps did you take really in your mind, in your mindset, to overcome that difficult hurdle that you placed yourself into?
The first thing is wherever you are is a journey. Never look at it as the end. Just look at it as a corner, and there will always be a way out. So that was the first thing. The second thing is there are three things that I wrote in my book, Making Maximum Impact. Because I wrote it after I came out of the challenge. We have three powers that God has given us. The power of the visual mind. This is what you put in your mind, what you see, what you visualize every day. The power of the written word. It's been proven that there's a link between what you write with your hand and your brain. So when you write things down over and over again, it becomes reality, it becomes true to you. Then there's the power of the spoken word. What are the things you're hearing? What are the things you're saying to yourself? Self-talk is very important, especially when you feel you're down. This is a time when you cannot afford to be down. You have to pick yourself up, wake up in the morning and look at yourself and say, I am blessed. I am successful. Everything I lay my hands on will be successful. Everybody that looks upon me looks away to help me. They cannot turn me down. I am born to succeed. I'm born to excel. I will prosper. Those are words you speak to yourself, even when things around you are not true. But all of a sudden, it's like it brings in something inside of you that just leaps up. And you decide, yes, I can make it. Yes, I can face the future. I can succeed. And this where I am now is not where I'm supposed to be. I am going to where I'm going to be. And then when you now combine it with the power of the written word, which means on a daily basis to write down your goals, write down where you're going, what you want to achieve, and then the power of the visual word, which is like having pictures of some people would call it like a dream board, but I had it on my laptop, I had it on my everywhere around me. In fact, I got a $1 million note, which I stuck all over the place as a bookmark. I had it in my toilet, I had it in my bathroom, I had it everywhere. I kept on
Mhm,
saying, $1 million, you're coming into my account. I will
mhm,
make $1 million from business. And the
mhm,
more I saw the $1 million note, there's no real $1 million note, but I found it on the internet. I bought a packet of about 100 because I had it
mhm,
everywhere. The more
mhm,
I kept on looking at the 1 million naira note that was coming to me, the more I felt like, oh, it's not that difficult. I can actually make $1 million. And
mhm.
then the idea started coming. But it started from within me. I had to pull myself out first before I could impact things around me. Yeah.
Wow, wow, that's really inspirational, really inspirational. And you took really deliberate steps to convince yourself that, hey, you are actually going to get out of this and you are destined for success. Do you think this spirit is in every African woman?
No.
Mm,
One, many Africans, what's the right word? Many of us have been beaten down. We don't see a way out. Some of us have been used to handouts, and some of us just feel there are roadblocks. And then, so that doesn't make every one of us um, come out of the shell that we think we're in or the limitation we're in. It happens to everybody. Like when I started public speaking, I thought that my accent would be a barrier. And I went for phonetic classes to try to do something to, improve my accent, to improve my diction. It just was not normal for me. But one day I went for a conference and there was this Chinese guy and he was speaking English, but sincerely it sounded like he was speaking Chinese with an English accent. I mean, I told myself, if this guy with his thick Chinese accent can attract such a crowd, so why am I so bothered about my own English accent? It's unique, it's me. And that was a breakthrough for me. So that's why I said sometimes when you have some limitations there in your mind, you need to get out of that limitation first before you can impact your world and impact the generation. If you keep thinking, oh, I'm in debt, this institution is down, I cannot get out, you will not get out. But the
mm,
more you look out and tell yourself, I can succeed, I can excel, I will prosper, I will do everything that needs to be done. People who are making $1 million, they don't have two heads, they don't have two brains. I
mm,
will make it, I will
mm,
succeed, I will
mm,
make maximum impact in life. So that's why I
mm,
came about the book, Making Maximum Impact in Life. Because that was
mm.
one thing I kept on telling myself, I will make maximum impact. And that was the start of the journey for me.
Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining right now on Wealth First Africa, the place where Africans and friends of Africa come to connect, to innovate, and to trade, we are listening to Madam Bibi Apampa, really an inspirational lady, and she has a story to tell. Cock your ears and listen intensely. Now, Madam Bibi, now, um, there is a moment that happened in your life that really exploded things, and you could see now the roads for success opening up when you started with your writing and so on. What happened?
What happened was I co-authored a book with Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Soul series. They reached out to me and said, would I be interested in writing a chapter in the book? Boom. And of course, I felt like, oh, I would do that. I mean, it's just to write a chapter. I did not think very big about it. Why I'm saying that is then I was low. I felt down. But these are things when you keep looking for opportunities, never turn anything down. Don't ever say you can do it. Even if it looks bigger than you, accept and then work on building yourself up. So when I was told to co-write, I said, "Oh, okay, give me the guidelines. What are the things you need me to write about?" So I wrote the book, and my name, some people call me Boom. The title of the book became Boom, and I made the front cover. And we're invited to Hollywood for the Bestsellers Award, the Academy of Bestselling Authors. I went for that award because I was told I was nominated. I wasn't told I'd won. So I was surprised at the dinner when my name was called. I mean, it was a turning point for me
Mm,
because all of a sudden it showed that where I am was not where God was taking me. I had greater things ahead of me. And that singular situation where I won the award at the Academy of Bestselling Authors in Hollywood opened doors for me. And all of a sudden, people are now interviewing me, asking about what I was doing, what I was on. Why did I think I had a message or voice? Why I think I needed a platform.
mm,
So that was just that it was a big turning point because then all of a sudden, it was as if the world then opened up to me. And I was now getting a lot of speaking engagements, talking about my road, how I came in from being very down, and how I was now able to build another business and build things up. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. Wow, wow. Thank you very much. That is really, 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 really encouraging. And I know every single person listening and watching is also excited, and nobody is going to sleep and slumber after listening to you, Madam Bibi. Now,
Thank you.
the time at which you are getting your success and the roads were opening up, you are still a mother, isn't it? A wife. And how did you bring the balance? How did you talk to us something about that as an African woman, as a really strong spirited African lady? How did you arrive at a balance?
As a woman, I believe you can have it all. Maybe not all at the same time, but you can have it all. Now, it's very important for us to understand that, first of all, you are a child before you became a wife and then became a mother, which means I have responsibility to my parents. I'm a child. Secondly, I'm a wife. Being a wife means I intend to make sure my marriage succeeds and not that doesn't fail because of successes or anything. Then I'm a mother. Those children that God has given to me, they are for me to raise, to train, to educate, and to lift up. Success without a successor is failure. So at every point in time, I needed to know what I needed to concentrate on. So usually what I would do is wake up in the morning, get the children ready for school, husband goes off to work, he goes off to work. So between the time they're in school is the time I work on myself, work on my business. And by the time they are back from school, from work, business closes. So 100% concentration goes on them. But the good thing about that is that I had a very understanding husband. So he allowed me to fly. Let me use that word. He was not intimidated. And areas where I couldn't meet up, maybe I needed to pick up the children from school and I was running late, the grandparents were always on hand. So God surrounded me with people who could help. But what I was saying is that at any point in time, there was a need to have a balance and there was a need for understanding. So in a way, it's like you put in a lot of seed at particular points in time, knowing fully well that the harvest would come. For the time when my children were toddlers, I was not traveling. I was not doing anything. Everything I did surrounded them. But by the time they were in secondary school, spending more years, more time out of the house, I had more time for myself. And so that was how I was able to balance it. But like I always tell every lady, you can succeed. You can have a good home, you can have wonderful children, and you can have a prosperous business. You can have it all as an African woman. Yes,
Mm,
you can.
mm. Excellent, excellent. Now, on that point, keep on talking specifically to that lady, that African lady. Could be in South Africa, could be in Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Lagos, that is wondering, what is in it for me? How can I be like Madam Bibi?
Well, as I said before, the starting point is the mindset. Once you have the mindset in view, then other things would go on. The second thing is you have to ask yourself, how do I build wealth? Now there are five types of wealth I always tell people they need to build at any point in time. The first one is time wealth. Time wealth is, do you have enough time for your dreams? Do you have enough time to work at a particular time? Like I told you, I had to, streamline my time. Do you not have enough time to fulfill your dreams? It's important for you to learn how to manage your time. Many times when I was studying, I would study when the children are back in bed while work during the day. So there was time for everything. Then the second thing is financial wealth. How do you build financial wealth? I think this is where many people have challenges building financial wealth. It's important because if you have time wealth and you do have financial wealth, then you are going to trade time for money. So it's important. And when it comes to financial wealth, we talk about four pillars that you need to have. Real estate. Real estate is important. No matter how millionaires make their money, most of them keep their money in real estate. So as much as possible, you need to go into real estate. Now, real estate includes virgin land, it includes commercial property, residential property, it includes commercial stores, office complexes. So you start from where you are. So that is real estate. The second financial pillar is Is the paper investment. What is paper and portfolio investment? These are things that they just say you have a sheet of paper, you own this. You don't really see it. Like I have shares in some company. I don't see the share, but I have a document that says I own so and so number of shares in a company. And that's where people have to start from. When it comes to portfolio investment, are you investing in shares? Are you investing in commercial fund, in commercial papers? Do you have a savings account? Do you have a pension account? Do you have a retirement savings account? All this comes under portfolio investment. So it's good to diversify. Then the third financial pillar, wealth pillar, is actually a business. It's a good idea to have a business as a side hustle. Maybe you have a 9 to 5 job. Then what do you do between 5 and 9? Start something online. Start something that would bring in an extra income for you. So don't just say, "Oh, I'm working. I'm so tired." There are many people who started their business from 5 to 9 when they close. So think of ways to do things. Dropshipping, see how you can do many things online and build virtual wealth. What is virtual wealth? Virtual wealth is like, I'll give an example. For instance, I have videos on YouTube. My YouTube videos bring in money regularly every month. The more people watch my YouTube videos, the more some money comes into me from YouTube. Now, there are some videos I've done 3 years ago, 2 years ago. As long as people watch them, being a YouTube partner, I get money from it every month, every day, every month. And then most of my YouTube videos are linked to affiliate products because the income from YouTube partner, it might be low, but the income from being an affiliate partner to some other channels, to some products that I don't own, that I market, brings me additional income. So if I find out that apart from having your physical business, which is a location, I have a location business, I have businesses I run. I also have the online business, which is like building a virtual estate. So you find out that there's some videos that I have that have gone viral. Those videos, as long as people watch them every month, I get a check. So even if I don't upload any videos for the next 2, 3 months, all the ones I've uploaded, I still give him. So that's a virtual estate on its own. Writing a book is a virtual estate because every month I get royalty from my books. And then having a blog with my affiliate products on it is also a virtual estate. So I always train people that look apart from your job, see how you can build up financial wealth, virtual wealth actually, which does not depend on where you are, your location, or what you're doing at any point in time. Now, that's the third financial pillar. The fourth financial pillar is that of the expert domain. Expert domain is as a speaker, author, consultant, internet marketer. Um, these are areas where you specialize in something in a particular area. When because of your specialization, you get paid for that area. You get paid for teaching, for coaching, for speaking, for writing the book on it. So I'm being a consultant in that area. So that's the fourth type of wealth that we all need to build. And now the fifth type of wealth is generational wealth. Generational wealth is important because, as I said earlier, success without a successor is failure. So when you are building wealth, you're not building wealth for just today because you're planning to make maximum impact in life and in your generation. You are building something for the children. I'm a Christian, and the book tells me that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children, which means not just building wealth for myself, but I'm building sustainable wealth that can be transferred to my generations. So that's the thing about building wealth. Those are the 5 types of wealth I try to tell ladies, especially African women, that we need to build from at any point in time. Think generationally. Think about what can I leave for my children and for my grandchildren. And you find out that by the time you combine these 5 types of wealth and you let it determine what you do in life. So the actions I would take is how will this action I'm taking affect me 5 years from now? 10 years from now, 5 months from now. Or if the action I want to take now would affect me negatively 5 months, 5 years from now, then I won't do it. Because I'm focused. I want to build my time wealth. There's no point having financial wealth and not having physical. Physical wealth is another one I forgot to mention. I'm sorry. What is physical wealth? Physical wealth is your body, your health. How do you have enough energy? Because if you have financial wealth, you have time wealth, and you don't have physical wealth, then you're just not going to succeed. Why would you not succeed? Because there's no point being having the financial wealth and you cannot get up from bed because you don't have the energy, you don't have the good health. And it comes in three areas when we're not talking about this physical wealth. How do you eat? Eating different. I use this acronym EAT, which is eating, eat, EAT, eat differently, which means your choice of food, vegetables, organic food, water, lots of water. It's important for us to drink water. More of plant protein than food that is made in the plants, and then less of animal protein. Then the A in the eat is act differently. What is act different? Your body fitness. Incorporating a daily fitness routine into your lifestyle, like walking, dancing, jumping, just doing things that would get your body moving. And then thinking different. That's the T. What is the lifestyle fitness? Reducing noise, reducing pollution around you, effective stress management, choosing to be happy, resting, personal meditation, being at peace, being a peacemaker. Those are very important. So that's another type of wealth, the third wealth. Then there's social wealth. Social wealth is you have enough people in your circle of influence who can help you achieve your dreams. If your social wealth is low, you would not have people who will support your visions. No, there won't be anybody that would raise a strong voice for you when your name is being mentioned or your business. And without a good social wealth, your dreams might not come to pass. So that's why it's very important to network. Like I love this WealthFest Africa. I'm looking forward to networking with many people from other countries in Africa because I believe this is the time for Africa to rise. This is the time when Africa is the new gold mine, and we have to all see it there. So those are the five different types of wealth that I always work on and build on a regular basis. My financial wealth, my time wealth, my social wealth, my physical wealth, and then generational wealth.
Wow, Madam Bibi, that's a formula for success. Indeed, right there, right there. As I was listening to you, I was getting really excited inside and saying, look, this is a message that has been very well distilled, and not just distilled from the process of picking up from knowledge from a book, but this is experience that you have gone through as an African woman.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for encouraging. Thank you very much for lifting up our fellow Africans as we aspire to build a better and prosperous Africa going forward. Now, we know that we are stuck in the pandemic right now. What opportunities do you see for an African woman, for an African young man, for an African girl, for an African boy during this pandemic that can take us post the pandemic to a prosperous Africa?
Okay, I will look at what I would call future cash cows. This is where the money is moving into, which is where we have to just look into the future. We're coming out of the pandemic. I believe we are even out. It will take a little time, but yes, this is the new normal for many things. The first area where people should look at when it comes to business for future cows is that of healthcare and wellness. People are living longer. People need more areas of health and wellness of opportunities. And then because people are living longer, like I have somebody who, when we discuss about what can you do during this pandemic period, what is available, we talked about having a geriatric center. Geriatric is for people who are above 60s, like a wisdom geriatric club where people who are like retired or semi-retired, because they cannot leave their home. Now she now has a geriatric club online. All of them log on once a week. She does exercise with them. For those who can't stand up, they sit on their chair, they face the laptop. She does exercise for them. They all talk, they all share their experiences. It had just opened a new line of business for her. She was originally a fitness trainer. But now she has added geriatric club, which means people above 60. She does exercise for them online, but she doesn't just do exercise. They come in, she teaches them how to dance, she teaches them how to cook, They have somebody who talk about their life experience. So it has opened up something new. So geriatric clubs, healthcare, wellness, all these things that are future cash cows. Coaching and mentoring is another future cash cow. Now people can take them by hand from one level to another, from one stage to another, and they don't want to spend too long on it. So what they are looking for is somebody who knows what she's talking about, who knows how to do it. So when you have somebody like a coach or your mentor, he's been through it already. So it's telling you, hold me, I'll hold you accountable. These are the steps you're taking. So coaching and mentoring is definitely another cash cow. For instance, in this pandemic, I had so many people reach out to me. I could not take on enough clients. So it's important when to specialize in something so that people would know you for a particular area. Then another area is finishing school and training camps. Now people are going to start having boot camps. What can I do within that I can succeed within a short period of time? So having a finishing school or training school, like a couple of friends and I, we wrote the Nigerian Brides Academy. And what is Nigerian Brides Academy? It's a finishing school for brides. So brides would come in for an extended weekend. And
Mm-hmm.
during that extended weekend, which is just from Thursday to Sunday, what we do is we teach them how to cook, how to keep the house, how to take care of children. So it's like a finishing school, it's a boot camp. You come in and you know you are going to work for 4 days to learn what will make you succeed, to become, not only to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, but we are looking at how to be a warm house, warm food, and warm bed. So it's a
Oh.
boot camp. You understand? The same thing like a lady, like somebody else who is running a boot camp for brides. It tells you, I will change your physique for your wedding day. Give me 90 days. So we did that 90 days. It does a boot camp. People, they come in like once, twice a week. It tells them what to eat. So it guarantees it. I'll change your physique for you will lose 2 dress sizes for your boot camp. And he does that with the brides, with the mother of the bride, with so you have to look at finishing school training camps, boot camps that people can go into. All these are future cash cows. Another future cash cow is that of influencer marketing. Now people who are influencers, either on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, they are commanding more money because they found out that many companies find out that it's easier to just use influencers and cheaper to use influencers to promote their products than to do print service or on audio visual.
Right.
Because if you had a print advert like on a newspaper or a magazine, it's just for maybe the 1 month or the one day but when you have an influencer who has about 400,000 of people would use your products, it's easier to reach those people using the influencer. So
Mm.
influencer marketing for people who can grow a team, who can grow their following, those are areas of future cash cows.
Mm. Mm.
Another area is e-learning platform. Like you had, I run this Wealth Academy Africa. This is an e-learning platform. People can go in, download products, download multimedia training that can help them to learn a skill or to learn a process very fast. Now with all this, you find out that when people are turning to e-learning, there are people going to online universities, online colleges, learning things anew. Like one of my mentees is a photographer, and at this season he was telling me, oh, there's no business, there's nobody coming in, there are no functions, there are no parties, so he has nothing to, so his business was low. So we now talked, why don't you start the African College of Photography? Everything is online. You're going to teach people what to do as a photographer, how to set up the business, how to start with low budget and all. And that has just opened another avenue for him
Wow.
as African College of Photography. So these are things we need to, like e-learning platforms. These are all future cash cows.
Mm.
Then self-publishing, self-promotion, self-launching, digital, all my books have been self-published, except the first one with Mark Victor Hansen. Now with Amazon, you don't need a publisher. Now
Mm.
there are many people that will launch their music careers on YouTube.
Mm.
So you find out they are cutting off the middleman. All these are cash cows. Can you make it happen for somebody else? Like I help people now to take their books onto Amazon, and we do a bestseller campaign for their book to become a bestseller. So these are areas of future cash cows, which as an African, we can look into as the new normal and the new areas where money is flowing into future cash cows. Yeah.
Wow, wow, fantastic. That is loaded. That is loaded. Thank you very much, Madam Bibi. And you've touched on something that is very important that gives us hope right now in the pandemic and post-pandemic. There is no excuse for any African. There's no excuse at all. This is a time. We have the strength, we have the capacity, and now we have the teachers like Madam Bibi to help us to change our mindsets, to help us see the future. We as Africans, we are culturally very close-knit. We are culturally a very energetic and social group of people. And you see, this is the time that we can rise above, because the pandemic has really provided an equalization for civilizations. And the things that you've mentioned, Madam Bibi, are exactly what we should do. What would be your last word, Madam Bibi?
We can all succeed, excel, and prosper. Now is the time to make maximum impact in life. Now is the time to build generational wealth. Now is the time to succeed. Now is the time to fly. Now is the time to build. Now is the time to know that nothing and absolutely nothing can stop you. You can succeed and you will succeed.
Wow, thank you very much, Madam Bibi. How do the delegates find you? How do members find you?
Okay, you can go to my website, www.wealthacademyafrica.org. My personal website is bibiapampa.org. And I do a lot of retirement planning, coaching, and helping ladies. So I'm known as the Retirement Queen online. So if you go to www.retirementqueen.org, you find me there. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. So ladies and gentlemen, that was Madam Bibi Apampa, really an inspirational teacher and coach. Now, if you're wondering, also another added channel for you to connect with Madam Bibi is right here on Wealth Fest Africa, where Africans and friends of Africa come to connect, to innovate, and to trade. So book your opportunity. You want to say hello. You want to find out how you can jumpstart your business, how you can move your mindset from where you are to an area of success. Madam Bibi and the others are right here on Wealth Fest Africa. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you in the next sessions.
Definitely. Thank you.